My name is Chelsea Rose, also known as Lucid Rose, and I am participating in something called the Plant Spirit Ally Challenge that is being put on by HagstonePublishing.com. Essentially, you choose a plant that you are either already acquainted with in a spiritual, intimate situation-y thingamajig, or you explore a plant that you want to cultivate a relationship with. And essentially you're working with it as a way to connect to its energy, its spirit, its core. I thought that was a really fascinating concept. So I chose tea plant, duh, if you're familiar with my work at all, or me in general, you know I love me some tea. So yes, it's day 7, Make Art Day, and we're feeling pretty acquainted with the energy of our plant spirit allies, and now is the time to use that familiarity with their energy to try and capture it in the form of visual art. So what's great about art is there's so many different ways to express energy, feelings, emotions, and some of those avenues are right for others, some aren't. Like for instance, if you love to draw, then your path might be similar to mine, which I will get into momentarily. But if perhaps you're not somebody who likes to do or is familiar with or comfortable, drawing and painting and the like, there's also really cool options with doing stuff like making leaf prints or doing dry rubbings with your plant spirit ally, and or even really exciting could be doing a mixed media collage. Now for me personally, I love to draw and paint. I'm an artist. It's part of who I am, and no matter what, I find that my work is improved more than 50% if I work from a reference, okay? So if you happen to have your plant spirit ally with you, it's growing, or you know where some are and you can go out and make sketches, that's great. If you don't have access to the physical plant like myself, I'm using references from books and from the internet. So I did research and it really helped me understand the shape of the leaf, the shape of the tea blossom, where it grows, what it looks like where it grows, what the people who are picking tea look like, what their lives are like. So do your research and incorporate that into your art, and you'll find that your art becomes richer, more robust, more true. So yeah, let's delve into my creative process, shall we? I really felt like I finally tapped into the energy. I was drinking lots of green tea at the time, and I just felt the thrum of the tea plant. And so I sketched this floating energy being, and I really got into shaping out the tendrils of my tea plant and the different leaves and the little blossoms, and I sprouted them right out of her head. And I had finished it thinking, okay, I guess that's it, and then I realized, no, what is it going to float above? It's going to float above a tea farm. They're just the craziest psychotic green, and they've got all of these different rows and curvatures to all the different plots of tea bush. So now my next step is to do some ink. I use Faber-Castell Pitt Artist pens. And then after that, after this illustration is inked, I'm actually going to be using 3 different types of tea to stain the illustration. So if you have a plant that you think might create an interesting stain, I highly recommend boiling water and placing the plant matter that you've collected into a little strainer and putting just a little bit of hot water over it and let it steep for a little while. And this will create a liquid that will have enough of a concentration of the color that it will actually make a stain. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm working with Golden Tip Assam, so that's tea from India. Assam is the tea capital of India. And then I'm also working with some Earl Grey, and I'm also working with matcha. So those are the 3 stains I'm going to experiment with. all made from my Plant Spirit Ally. I hope you found that this was helpful or enjoyable to watch. I hope you enjoyed my process and hopefully are inspired to make some art with your Plant Spirit Allies energy. So there's lots of different ways you can go about this. You don't have to be a traditional artist. You can tap in and express the energy in any which way you feel. And I would also just want to say that sometimes the best part of making art is literally making art, isn't necessarily the end result. Making art can be a ritual of its own, and the magic is in those moments and not the final piece. So if you aren't thrilled perhaps with the final result, don't worry about it. It's the act of tapping into the Plant Spirit Allies energy and doing your best to work with that energy and transmute it into this different format. And if you think about it, that's pretty nuts, right? It's pretty bizarre, pretty amazing kind of magic. So be kind to yourself. I love this challenge, I love this concept, and I had a great time, and I'm really excited about the piece of art that I made inspired by the Plant Spirit Ally Challenge by Hagstone Publishing. Again, check out hagstonepublishing.com if you are curious about the challenge. There's a full list up on what each day is, and even a really great PDF download guide to each of those days. Alright, so again, I am Chelsea Rose, also known as Lucid Rose, and I make art, and you can check it out at chelsearosearts.com. There's also a link to my shop if you are interested in collecting. Otherwise, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and that you might like it and subscribe and comment. Anyway, much love. Cheers.